We'll do, y'all. This is Courtney, and we're going to talk about Titans episode number I don't know right now. But it is titled Hank and Dawn. Listen, y'all, this episode right here, it was kind of rough. It had me in my feelings. It had me in my motherfucking feelings, y'all. I know some folks were like, why the hell is we going to Hank? Why we worry about Hank and Dawn when Starfire done got Rachel hemmed up in the air and all that stuff? I'm the same. Listen, I was the same fucking way. I felt the same goddamn way, y'all. I did. And all. But, after getting over my initial disappointment, I still, I watched it. Well, like I normally do. And y'all, this episode was sad, beautiful, and sad. Let's just call it what it is, beautiful and sad. It just basically shows you about two, could I call them broken? Two broken people who is used to pain, darkness, and all that stuff. And within their grief, they find each other. And they build a love off of that. Off of loss. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. I have my top couples. Top fictional couples. I got Barry and Iris from The Flash. I got, Rick and Michonne, Walking Dead. And, I got Dick and Corey. I know it's in the early stages, but like I said, I got Dick and Corey from Titans. And y'all, listen. Hank and Dawn, they right up there, y'all. They right up there. They are right up there. I fucking love them. You hear me? I love them. And I ain't going much lie. When they did the first episode introducing Hank and Dawn, I said, I wonder how they got together. I wanted to know. And you know what? I like this episode. I'm glad they let us know. Because regardless of whatever, it's still interwoven in what's going on. Because, throughout the episode, we're going to see Rachel. And, basically she is imprinting herself through their memories and trying to get their attention and stuff like that, right? Because it's some shit popping off at Rachel's mama house. Now, if y'all don't stay long enough and y'all watch the preview, the little preview for the next episode, we already see it. You know what I'm saying? We don't see. And we're going to talk about that real quick. I told y'all why they needed Donna. Donna was going to be the only one to be able to handle Corey. I told y'all. You saw what she did. She got her fucking lasso. For what I heard, it's not the lasso of truth. It's the lasso of persuasion. So, she got that lasso. That was the only way she's going to be able to handle Corey. Can't none of them motherfuckers handle Corey. So, alright. Okay. Alright, we're going to start the episode with it's a motherfucking, like an old recording. Dated April 24th, not 19, Jesus, hold up, my bad, 2009. You see a young ass Hank dressed up in this put together ass costume of the early stages of Hulk. And basically red, white, football shoulder guards and everything, and one of them helmets and all that stuff like that. And, they're getting ready to beat some pedos' ass, which I'm like, yes, beat their ass, kill them all. And so, you see, he said his name is Hawk, and the camera turn around, and you see this brother. And, he got the white mask on and all that, so he said, I'm Dove. And so, we find out that the first Dove was actually Hank's brother. And for what I gather, it's basically, it's like the comic books for what I heard. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But they said that the first Dove was actually Hank's brother. And so, we go back to the hospital room. Hank ain't never left that hospital room where Dawn is still in that coma or whatnot. So, he, cracks up a bottle of E&J, take a swig, and all that, and he gets up And he go walk out the room. I guess the walker stretch his legs, but he going to find the room where they keep all the drugs. And so he is going. He found the drugs and all this stuff, and he come back, and you basically see him sleep in the chair. And so we go back into memories, and we're going back into his memories. We see this boy basically playing football. Little boy, a child. You know the kitty league shit. So he running fast. Everybody on there knocking him out, and pushing him out the way and everything. And see the coach, he's saying, "Yeah, go do it, Hank." Yeah. But you also see Hank's biggest fan that is sitting in the bleachers. It is a cute little mixed boy, whatever, and with curly hair, and he is Hank's biggest fan. Kind of find out that's his brother. That's Donnie, and all that. And so the coach, monster pedophile ass, he turns around and he hears somebody holler that boy name, and I'm thinking that's his first time seeing him, meeting him. And so he turned and looks at Donnie, and he got that sick look on his face. I said, "Oh, you bitch motherfucker." And so we go next scene. Hank is in it's like in the locker room. Hank, they took off the football shit, and he get ready to go. And he walks around the lockers and basically sees his worst nightmare. The coach is talking to his baby brother. Hank like, "Okay, what's good, bro? What's going on? You ready to go?" And Donnie's like, the coach Vince is talking about he gonna take me to see the weight room, like that. And the coach behind him leering and all that stuff, looking at Hank like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you, where all the big boys go." And I was like, "You nasty motherfucker. You nasty motherfucker." And Hank already know the deal. And it's sad that little ass boy already know the deal. He like, no, we gotta go. Mama waiting for us. And, the coach already know, no, that ain't what's happening, because the mama, they mom got another job. She doing 2 jobs or whatever. And, she got to work do 2 jobs to take care of them babies and basically keep them in school, because they in private school. They not in public school. And so, we can't fault Donnie for telling the coach that, because, kids run their mouth. It just is what it is. And so, the coach said, "Well, you got a good mom to take out the jobs, to take care of you and all that stuff. But, even though y'all got 2 different dads." I'm like, come on, nigga. We already know they have brothers. It don't fucking matter. They come from the same. Listen, I'm going to tell you about that half brother shit. I got half brothers. And I got a half sister. If you want to do schematics or whatever, be specific, I guess. But I call them my brothers. Full brothers. It don't matter if we only came out of one motherfucking crotch. Out of one same crotch, you my brother. I don't go for that half shit. But, they gonna throw it out there, like they got 2 different daddies. I would guess so, being that Hank all white. And, Donnie, he looks black. So, but that ain't even what the fuck ever. And so, Hank is getting frustrated. Hank getting scared. Because he don't want his baby brother to go through what he going through, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so, he basically said, "Come on, bro, let's get the fuck on. Let's go," like that. And so, he cussing. And so, the coach says this. Oh, trifling fucker. He says, "Oh, so you want me to go to the principal and say how you was cussing around another teacher? And you know what happened?" And he basically tried to pull it and said that Donnie said was cussing. And Hank like, "Donnie ain't said nothing, bruh." And like that, still doesn't matter. He said, what could happen? You could get your scholarship revoked. Looking at Hank. Y'all could get expelled. And all that, and then y'all had to go back to public school and be around the slums and everything who cuss around teachers and shit like that. I like, you dirty fuck. And Donnie, baby Donnie, oh Lord, he's so fucking scared to terrified. He like, I don't want to get expelled like that. And Hank, you can look at the look on that little boy on Hank's face. It just drops and everything. He said, "I'll go to the weight room." And y'all, that's why. Listen, I had tears, bitch. And the coach was, he looked at it like a goddamn predator to some lamb, fresh lamb meat, y'all. And basically, Donna like, but I wanted to go in the weight room. And Hank basically had to hurt Donnie's feelings to get his ass to fucking go. And Donnie leaves. And that baby just walked the plank to the guillotine, y'all. And I was like, oh my fucking God, y'all. Why y'all do me like this? And it's just sad. And it's just sad, y'all, that baby had to go through that. And so, flash forward some years. And here's a college age Donnie. And what he's doing, being his brother's biggest fan again. Watching Hank playing football, college football on TV. So he's rooting his brother on or whatever. And something happened. Hank get tackled, concussion. So he's worried. He gets his coat and he runs to where he know where his brother gonna be at. And so basically the players are there at this frat house or whatnot. And Hank drunk. And Don is like, dude, what's going on? You just had a concussion or whatever. Should you be drinking? And I was like, Don, and he's the worrywart and all that stuff. He worried about his brother. That's all they got. They only got each other because their mom is gone. And so, Hank like, bro, I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow, yada, yada, yada. And, when he goes to get his brother some beer, something happens, shift, and you can see Hank basically pauses and said, Donnie, like that, and falls out. So come next scene, doctor's office. And the woman the doctor started saying, you have migraines and stuff like that. And see, Donna didn't know about the migraines. He said, migraines? What's she talking about? Like trouble with lights and all that stuff. She flashed a light in his eyes and hurt him and all that stuff. Remembering shit, or whatever. And Hank got all these motherfuckers, signs and shit. Come to find out, he is dealing with post-concussion syndrome. I guess that's like a condition with a whole lot of athletes, especially dealing with your noggin. And so, she tells him, like, I have seen athletes deal with it after one hit to the head. And, Donna was like, well, you done had a couple like that. And so, she like, I'm going to write you a prescription. And you hear Hank say, I don't fuck with pills like that. Now, that's the past now. Now we know that motherfucker pop pills like Skittles. So, we don't know, is he dealing with, do he be in pain a whole lot, or is it an addiction? So, Hank, main thing about Hank is like, will I be able to play? Will I be able to play? Listen, I got to play. Like that. And she tells him, you need to heal first properly before you even thinking about getting on some field. Like that. And so they leave the doctor's office. So we go to another scene, and here's the scene where Donnie is in the library. He's doing schoolwork or whatever. Hank walks up to him and said, God damn it, bro, what the fuck you done told the sports director? He basically, Donnie went and told the sports director about what's going on, what happened to him. Now he's on the bench. And it's playoffs. And Hank is pissed. And Hank is mad. And Hank goes off on his brother. And only thing on Donnie's mind is his brother's fucking health. That's it. Donnie like, I'm looking out for you and everything. I just want you well and all that stuff. And they going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Hank said, you ain't my mama. Why is you worried? Stay the fuck out of my life. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And so, library aide comes and grabs Hank by his shoulder, pull him, and say, yo, bro, this a library. And as soon as he did that, Hank popped that bulb, knocked that son bitch in his mouth. And next thing you know, it's a brawl. Hank and Donnie clean the floor. Now, man, they can fight each other all they want to, but you ain't finna bust in and motherfucking touch and one of them. they'll beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? And so they are sitting in front of the dean. And the dean like, what in the world? She like, Donnie, you one of my best students and everything. She said, I never thought you use your extracurricular martial art classes to sweep the floor and all that stuff. And she tell he basically, Donnie is like, Hank sorry though, but he's sorry. He's sorry, he didn't mean do it like that. And she like, come on now, we don't see videotape of him. He the one started it and all that. And so, she is like, how about this? Y'all go write some essay or some shit like that. And Donnie, he's just like, my brother has given this school so much. And now this stuff, even to the point of giving to his health. You know what? You know what y'all can do? Y'all kiss both our asses. Fuck you. And the dean looking like, what? And I'm like, precious little Donnie, what? And Hank leaning back like, I taught him well. I taught him well. And stuff like that. And and I have to go back to, what happened to him as a kid. I wholeheartedly feel that, that baby brother feels some kind of way. He feels responsible. He feels some kind of guilt due to the fact that what happened between, Hank and that old monster ass coach and shit and all that. So they get kicked out of school and they walk back to their apartment, which is the apartment that Hank and Don will live in. And, they walking around. And so, let's see. I want to play this, redo it. I want to make sure I got everything right with this thing. So they go in the apartment. Hank goes to the bathroom. And you see Rachel in the mirror screaming his name. And, he gets some, pain pill, I guess. And, Hank talking about, Mom said I always was the bad kid. And Don like, Mama ain't never said that. Well, when I play ball, I use, me playing ball to get that badness out of me and all that stuff. That's why I do it. But, football was all I got. And so Don is like, that's not all you got, bruh. And, Don is like, this all my fault. And Hank like, how is your fault? And, Don, his face just break down. The locker room. It's about the locker room, y'all. And Hank, he closes off. And he said, ain't nothing happened. And, Donnie already knows some shit went down. And Hank, and the way Hank is like, out of sight, out of mind, ain't shit went down, bro. Just leave it be. Ain't shit went down. And so, Donnie's like, we're going to have to find a way to deal with this shit. And so, like, Hank, like, well, boxing or Fight Club or whatever. So, Donnie gets an idea. And he said, let me show you something. So, they go on the computer and go, how you can pull up sexual offenders and all that stuff like that in whatever neighborhood you at. Pulls it up and see all these pedos up in their fucking hood, up in their neighborhood. And so what they decide they gonna do is be their own hood superheroes. And mollywop all these pedos. And I said, that's a great story. Go ahead, do it. And so that's basically, how Hawk and Dove, came to be. But here's the thing. Because, beating up people and all that stuff, Hank like, okay, you looking for, us looking for trouble. That's not you, baby brother. And all that stuff. That's something I do, but that's not you. And, Donnie is like, well, teach me how to like it. Like that. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that for his brother, y'all. He wants to help his brother. That's fair. That's love, my nigga. You hear me? And so that's basically how Hawk and Dove, you know, came to be. And you know, they got the name from basically the school. Well, Hawk's name, because I guess the school they was in when they were little kids, the mascot was Hawks or whatever. And so we get to Dawn. Dove. We get to her. And so basically, Dove, what was Dove? Oh, in the computer screen of Hank's in the memory is the end scene of Hank's memory, Rachel again calling out his name. So we get out of Hank's memory hospital room. We go to Dawn. Dawn was a ballerina. And her mom was there. Her mom British accent. And you know, she's was she like what they call the lead ballerina, prima ballerinas or whatever? That was Dawn. And all that stuff. She like with this white swan and all that stuff. You know, she had that pretty white hair and all that stuff. And her mother just sitting in the audience like a proud mother. It's like, oh, look at my beautiful baby. Look at her. She just going across the stage. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. And yada yada. And so they're in this restaurant having afternoon tea. Well, you know, British people, they had their afternoon tea, you know, with scones and tea, crumpets and all that shit. And so the mother tells Dawn that basically she's going back to their father. Their father was a bitch motherfucker who basically beat it on them. And you know, Dawn broke her daddy's arm. And Holly, that's the other sister. Holly has no dealings with their dad. Dawn don't have no dealings with their dad. And for what I'm gathering, the mama didn't have no dealings with the dad for a minute. But now the mother is saying that, you know, he's gotten better. And you know how, you know, the evil cycle of being a domestic violence victim. You know, you try to find excuses of why your abuser does what he does. And, you know, even the mom, she tried to pull that stuff and all that stuff. And, you know, Dawn was like, he had no business. Regardless of if Holly was stealing, had no business hitting her. He had no business hitting any of us. And, you know, she was like, Mama, you need to leave him. Leave him for good like me and Holly did. And then the mother looked at her like, you know, I'm so sorry. And she started to cry and she said, you must think I'm terribly weak. Like that. And, you know, Dawn, like, you stronger than what you give yourself credit for. Like that. And, you know, she hold her hand and all that stuff. And so, we go to a scene where, Hank and Donnie, they go by this newspaper stand and they basically see the picture of Hawk and Dove front page, y'all. And it's them. And they are straight up spaz. And they excited. They're like, yo, they got our names right. And they're like, you know, whatever. And then here comes Dawn and her mother. They basically bump into each other, both sets. You know, the women drop their purses and the men get each other purse. The way they position themselves, Donnie, Dawn's mom, Hank, and Dawn. So the mama is complimenting on them. You know, there's some nice, cute legitimates, yada, yada, yada. But in the background, you hear the screaming of wheels. And this speeding ass van hit this other truck, y'all, that's coming up the street parallel to where they stand, where all of them are standing at. Where it hits it, makes the truck swerve and basically runs over Hank's brother and Dawn's mom. This was me when it happened. I was like, I know good goddamn well that did not fucking happen. And that was me just looking like this. What the fuck? Dead. Killed him just like that. Just like that. And so you basically see the next scene, you see Dawn, she's standing outside this building. You can just see the grief on her. She going to this grief meeting, grief group meeting and all this, yada yada. And in the same meeting, it's Hank. And Hank is so, you can look at him and say he just over it. I like, Lord Jesus have mercy. Come on, y'all, for real. This is what we doing. Hank ain't got his mama no more. All he had was his brother. His brother gone. Look, Dawn, all she had was her mom. And I think she finally convinced her mom not to go back to her daddy. Her beating ass daddy. And it's fucked up how the first day they met, the most excruciating day ever. They love each other and all that stuff, but it's bittersweet being that the first day they met is the same day that they lose a beloved family member. You know what I'm saying? So after the grief meeting, Dawn, she goes up to this bar. That's Hank at the bar. And basically she sits beside him and says that, I lost my mom on B Street. And it's basically, that's the street where the accident happened. And Hank like, listen, if I wanted to talk, I'd hold hands with the folks in the group meeting and some kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? And so that right there is basically the beginning. They kind of like they own. No, not really. It really don't start there. Because after, they sit there and all that, he brings up his brother and basically says that, he lost his brother, was his best friend, his younger brother, his only brother that was his best friend. And, she basically sits down, get condom, and she says, tell me about him. And, they start talking. He started telling her about his brother. And, they talk well into the night. And it's like a first piece of healing for both of them. And, so there's another grief meeting. And, I'm trying to see if I'm right. Yeah, another grief meeting. And she goes, but Hank ain't there. And so Dawn, she basically said, this is what she said. Who do you put blame on when the death is an accident? It's different when somebody was killed, murdered, or like, or I guess like an illness or whatever. But she said, but if it was a purity accident, who do you put blame on? How do you deal with that? Because saying that, a loved one of yours was killed, part of that healing is almost like you have somebody to put that blame on. But if it was a purity accident, and then she's saying like it's not fair that it wasn't anyone's fault. There's no one to blame. She says it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? And so the grief woman talking about well, life isn't fair. And Dawn like, why can't it be fair? You know what I'm saying? It should be motherfucking fair. I said, girl, I know that's right, baby. And you ain't lying. It should be, but that's not how it works. But it should be. So she steps out, Hank there. And they go walk. He said, you want to get a drink? And so basically they sit at this bar. He gives her his full attention, just like she gave him her full attention. And they start healing, and they start hanging out with each other. And she takes him to her favorite place, basically that little quaint British restaurant. And basically, she shows him how to eat scones and tea and all that shit, and basically afternoon tea. And she said, her mother never missed it. Never missed a day of afternoon tea. And so he takes her to him and his brother's favorite pizza joint and go get his favorite pizza. And she says your brother had good taste. And they walking up the street and he basically said my brother would have liked it you and all that stuff. And I said I think he would too. And Hank is bow-legged. Thank you, Jesus. Y'all, I have a weakness for bow-legged men. But I couldn't help but look. I was like, oh Lord Jesus, he bow-legged. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. And so it shows basically Hank is trying to cook for Dawn, but he fucking up. He done burnt well the fuckers up and down. And so the fire detector going off, and she had to, he gives her the fire detector to take it out. Girl, it's kind of funny. So basically got to get some takeout or whatever. So he comes back with 2 bottles of wine and some ice cream, and they do sundaes and everything. And so basically he asks her do she wants to sleep over because it's late and all. And I'm thinking, okay, what y'all finna do? But it doesn't happen. He sets up the bed for her, basically on the couch, set the couch for her and all that. And that's how it's like almost like platonic. They healing, y'all. They healing. And so when he's setting up the couch for her and she come out the bathroom, there's a hall closet, right? And so when she go pick up a pillow, Hank like, wait a minute, Don, don't do it. And out falls that Dove shit. The mask, shoulder pads, and all that stuff. And she like, what's this? And so he basically shows her on the computer video of basically him and his brother beating up one of the pedophiles and stuff like that. And so, y'all, hold on, let me get to it. And she like, okay, we got to the scene. Wait a minute, y'all. So when they watching the scene, and she like, so it helped you, Hawk and Dove and all that stuff, you and your brother. And he said, yeah, me and my brother. And she like, why? Why? And he said the neighborhood needed help. And she said, you thought dressing up would help? And he started laughing. Yeah, it did. It helped me too. Like that. And she like, helped you how? And so he don't say nothing at first. And she like, bruh, what's good? It helped you how? Like, and she basically tells him whatever it is you could tell me. So he basically breaks down about what happened to him and that coach. And the look on his face, the acting is, he did that. Because you could just see that shift on his face and all that stuff. And basically you could see how he basically look like he goes back to being that little ass kid in the face. And he breaks down into about, what the coach did to him and all. And she's like, oh my God. And she said, I'm so sorry. Like that. And she asked him, so, what you do to him? He said he didn't do nothing to him. And she like, why you didn't do nothing to him? Because he said if I did, then it would have been real. And I like, wow. That's fucked up. But it's a coping mechanism. And I'm quite sure it's a coping mechanism with anybody dealing with any kind of motherfucking trauma like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just whatever. So they get ready, they go to sleep. Hank in his room sleep. Dawn on the couch. She can't sleep. So she goes and do a little investigating. She finds that motherfucker and basically goes to that motherfucker's house. And he opened the door. Kind of find out, right? He's a registered sex offender. So apparently somebody did something to his ass. So he had to register and all that. Now you gotta think about all the kids he done motherfucking molested and raped and all that stuff. Hell, since Hank was a little kid and he like a grown ass man, and so he opened the door. She said, you gonna admit to what you did, motherfucker, like that. And he like, who? She said, the Hank here. And his face turned and he tried to shut the door. She bust up in there. She said, you gonna admit to what you did, like that. And it looked like he going to pick the phone. He said, I'm gonna call the police. She said, call him. Look like he reaching for the phone for the police, right? He pulls open the drawer, pulls out a gun. And she like, hold the line, wait a minute, bro. And she turned around and walk off like she finna walk out. But she turns around and motherfucker knocks the gun out of his hand, pop him a couple times there that they start fighting. Now he gets some licks in there. He gets some licks in and shit. But whatever. She hit the ground. He tried to kick her. She falls against some glass and stab his leg and all that. Oh, before that happened, we found out that she had all them years of ballet and jujitsu. Just saying. But right before he is crawling for the gun, a booted footsteps on his hand. It's Hank. Hank woke up when he heard the door shut. And he went and saw his computer was on, and basically saw that, he put two and two together, so that she was going to his house. And he start molly-whopping that motherfucker. I said, kill that bitch. Kill him. And, Hank already made up in his mind what he finna do to this motherfucker. He finna kill him. He already made his mind. But he don't want Dawn there to see it. And he said, Dawn, leave. And she said, I ain't going no fucking where. And she shuts the door. And it happens, y'all. Dead ass pedo. Good old bitch nigga. And so they are back at the apartment in the dark. I guess Hank dealing with the fact that he basically slayed that monster that was in his fucking closet. And Dawn there. And so Dawn strips the clothes, right? They finna do what they do. Let me tell y'all something. That whole scene when she stripped her clothes and all that stuff, he stripped his, they got bruises and all that fucking shit. It was beautiful. The cinematography on that was everything. It was beautiful. I'm going to say this. Minka, and that how you pronounce your name? Baby, your body is banging. Girl, you fine, bitch. Go ahead. And Alan Ritchson. I don't get... big boy. Your ass is fucking fine, brother. You are gorgeous. And everything, and they do what they do, and it's beautiful and all that shit, y'all. It's beautiful. And so she wakes up, and basically she's saying that they can't do this no more. They can't do it like this again. Tonight never happened or whatever. I'm like, girl, what's going on? And so she gets up, and on the floor is Hank's red helmet, right? And she hears somebody calling her name. Look and see that it's Rachel. And so we go to the scene. She in the hospital bed, right? And she wakes the fuck up. Hank in the seat. He sleep. But she wakes him up. And she is out the bed and all that stuff. He like, wait a minute, what's going on? Baby, what you doing out the bed? And he's calling for the doctor. She said, hold up. We gotta find Jason Todd. Like that. And he like, Jason Todd? Who is that? Who is that? We gotta find Jason Todd. Rachel needs our help. And that's how it ends. So basically, toward the end of the season, I don't know how many episodes we're getting. I guess in 10, we're gonna get all the players together and all that stuff. So I guess that's how it's gonna be, y'all. That's it, y'all. This episode was everything. It was a tearjerker, y'all. It was a tearjerker. But yeah, I got me a new couple that I'm gonna ride for. It's Hawk and Dove, y'all. Yes, indeed. Like, share, subscribe, and we out this bitch, y'all. Holla.